First guest I have is one of the dopest creatives and photographers who's worked with the mayor of Compton, J-Rock and Absol. Please welcome 100K Day. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time.
It's been too long.
It has been too long.
Yeah.
So before we actually get into these questions, I bought this tequila from Mexico. I feel like you will like a lot. So we're gonna have to pour that up a little bit.
What's the name of it?
I don't even know. It's some stuff that you drink though. That's all that matters.
It's a Neho, so I'm with it.
And it's dark.
Okay. For sure. You got that? You need some help?
I need some help. You know, I drink wine and
This looks
champagne.
like it's in the top too. I'm nervous.
It's good though. I had you could see that I tried a little bit of it. It's good.
Oh, what's going on? Okay. There you go. That's kind of player.
You drink a lot?
I ain't trying to get toasted, you know, like that. You know what I mean?
Right. And we ain't driving nobody home today.
Yeah.
I don't drink a lot, but this is actually good. So.
Yeah, it's throwing me out. I'm gonna do a little cheers to your first episode.
Right, to my first episode.
Shout out to you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really good. It's fire, huh?
Smooth. Smooth,
It's
for sure.
Right,
Yeah,
it's good.
smooth.
All right. So, how about you just tell the people who you are, where you're from, what you do?
My name is Damian Lowe. I'm from Compton, California. I do photography and film. I do a lot of I guess you could say editorial. I do fashion. I do a little bit of everything. I'm a little all over the place, eclectic, if you will. So, and I've been doing it for about it's getting close to 10 years now.
10 years?
Almost, yeah, just about. It's been about 10 years now. I started in, I believe, 2011.
2011.
That's when I started. Is it 10 years? My math may be a little off.
No, it is 10
it's
years.
getting there,
It's 2021, right?
Yep.
10 years. Oh my God.
It's been a journey.
It's been a journey. Did you go to school for it, or how did you learn?
I went to school for the video editing part of it. So basically, you know, I got tired of working just a regular 9-to-5 jobs, and I think I was working at the Staples Center down the street, as a matter of fact, during that time. Yeah, overnight.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely. I was the one down on the floors when the Clippers played, the hockey, switch out the floors, put up the glass. I was doing all of that. I was there for like almost 5 years.
5 years.
Just
I
about.
never knew that about you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
For sure.
crazy.
And during that time, my homeboy, he was telling me, like, man, you should take this, because he rap, he do music and everything. And he telling me, like, you should learn the video. Like, you should take this class with me at Harbor, teach you how to edit videos and all of that. I wasn't really into it, but I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And, you know, I ended up sticking with it. I liked it. Maybe like, I would say 3 or 4 months after that, I ended up buying my first camera. And, you know, I just been putting my best foot forward ever since.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I want to know the first photo that you took. What did you like? Can you remember the first photo you took and thought like, damn, I'm gonna really put my time, effort into doing photography?
No.
You don't remember?
Nah. Let me see. Cause when I first bought it, I was kind of like just shooting friends, like homies. You know what I'm saying? I remember one of my first big jobs I got was a wedding. I may have had my camera for about a week. And somebody was like, did you do weddings? I'm like, yeah, I do weddings. Yeah, I do all, yeah, of course. I didn't know nothing about shooting no wedding or nothing, but I kind of just jumped off the porch with it. You know what I mean? And, you know, I handled it. I handled everything, so it was cool, you know?
Did they like the pictures?
Oh,
came
yeah,
out good?
they did.
Did it give you the confidence to like shoot more after that?
It kind of made me nervous at first, just accepting it the way I did, because I've never shot nothing like that before. I know that's a huge, you know, job. It's a big responsibility to, you know, be somebody's photographer for their wedding day. But you know, I welcomed it. I jumped off the porch with it, and you know, I took care of business. So it was all good. They loved it. They referred me afterwards and everything. So But it definitely was, I would say, a confidence booster
Okay.
for sure.
So, do you have like shoots that you like shooting more, or what is your go-to shooting that you love shooting?
Uh, it's funny. Ironically enough, I actually enjoy the weddings the most because they are like probably my most paid jobs. It'd be weddings. Um, but aside from that stuff, I do for myself like fun. I do like fashion a lot. I like editorial style work. I shoot a lot of fashion models. I shoot a lot of brands, video and photography as far as like clothing brands and things like that. So those are like my go-to. Like those are the ones that keep me the busiest, like the most. So yeah, I would choose those. Maybe fashion
Fashion?
for sure.
Have you done any really, really big fashion shoots?
Um, Let me think. Well, I've worked with brands like it's a lot of like startup brands at first. So like I have a homeboy, two of them actually. They have a store on Melrose. They're called Gentry Garb. And
I heard of them.
yeah, they were kind of like instrumental when I first started because we kind of like grew together. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would say those are like some of the first jobs I've done that kind of went viral because they brand kind of blew up and as did I. So probably like Gentry, and they're out of here now. They got like a lot of artists in their clothes all the time, from Moneybagg Yo to the Migos to whoever you can name, Fabulous, whatever. So those are pretty big jobs. And I've also worked with brands like Champion and Jordan through friends that I've met along the way who, model professionally. And they like bring me in on certain jobs that, you know what I'm saying, they need an extra shooter or a behind the scenes shooter or an actual main photographer for the job. So I've worked with like tons of brands. You know what I mean?
That's really dope. I didn't know that about you either.
You learned a lot today.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot today. So when I first met you, you had another job, like a full-time career. How did you manage working a full-time job and being a creative?
I was doing it the whole time. It's funny because I just recently quit my full-time job maybe 2 years ago. I just recently quit my job. I was working where was I working at when I met you? At the post office or somewhere else?
You had just got that job at the post office.
Because that was like 2014 when I first started at the post office. Full-time mail carrier, you know what I'm saying? But, I was passionate about what I do, as you already know, so I was always doing both. I think October of 2019 was my the last time I worked at that job. I kind of like worked up enough confidence to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna trust this process. I'm gonna jump off this porch. Kind of like how I did with that wedding. Like me just quitting my job with no other secure, like every 2 weeks I'm gonna get this guaranteed paycheck and all of that.
Right.
It took me a while to like get out of that mind frame of like, the 9 to 5 thing and counting on the guaranteed paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I just have to jump off the porch and give it a try while I can. So, and up to this point, it's probably one of the best decisions I've made in my life. Like my life is completely different now. Just from 2 years ago. So, for sure, yeah. But it was a process though. It was hard, working a full-time job and pursuing photography and film, and but it's all worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You continue to put, as they say, the 10,000 hours in, and you continue to put your best foot forward, and you stay at it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta just believe in yourself, trust your process, and everything else will fall where it's supposed to. So.
You got you. So when you were working with your full-time job and being a creative, were there projects that you had to pass up because you couldn't fit it into your work schedule?
Oh yeah, a lot of them. It's funny, when I first got the job at the post office in 2014, I had just got hired, and I had went out to South by Southwest that year, big music festival. A lot of creatives go there, a lot of people in the industry. I go out there, I see my homeboy AD. He does music from Compton, and I was doing some work with him a lot. And I met up with his manager because he seen I've done work with him back in Compton. So he seen me out in Austin, Texas, and he like, oh, you for real? Like, you see me out there doing my thing out there. So he was like, we wanna invite you on tour. AD go on tour in a couple weeks. So it's gonna be like a month. We'll be going like a month. And I'm like, damn, I just got this job. Ain't no way in hell they finna let me go for a month. So I'm talking to him. I'm like, well, he like, we can't really offer nothing. We can just pay for room and board. And you know what I'm saying? You get the experience, you get the exposure, that whole thing. And just at the time, I wasn't ready to just let go of this job I just got, this well-paying government job.
Right, with the benefits,
the
what I'm good
saying?
benefits.
I wasn't ready to just turn, it wasn't time for that shit. It's all about timing, you know what I'm saying? So that was a big one when I first started off. But other than that, a lot of concerts I used to get invited to, a lot of, come out of town, I got a show out here and wherever. You know what I mean? You're going to pass, you're going to lose out on a lot of money when you're doing both, which was ultimately led me to the decision to leave. Because it's like, not only money, but you missing out on opportunities that you may never get back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't the most money you going to make, ain't no telling who you going to meet, ain't no telling who you going to be introduced to. You know what I mean? The opportunity is like golden, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you kind of like got to make that tough decision at some point. You go come in that fork in the road, so.
Gotcha. So is there anyone that you want to work with, like that you have not worked with at all?
Yes. You put me on the spot one. Okay, so I would love to do a shoot with SZA.
Really?
TDE. Yeah, I dig her whole style, her whole just vibe, and I feel like me and her would make some dope editorial style work. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get a chance to work with her. See if I can get you one more.
I feel like you have a really decent connections with them. They probably have her on lock, huh?
Well, it's politics and everything.
Gotcha.
I have relationships with some of those artists over there before the music thing, so we'll always have that, that friendship type of thing. But they're at a level in the game now where it ain't about the friendship. Everything has to make sense business-wise.
Everything makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but like I said, it's all about timing. The opportunity to present itself when it's time. So I'm not really worried about it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just taking every day as it come. You feel me?
Is there a mentor or a famous photographer that you look up to?
Yeah, there's a few photographers who work I appreciate and actually got a chance to meet and talk to. One of them go by the name of Christopher Parsons. He's actually Kendrick Lamar's photographer. He works for TDE. I got a chance to speak to him on a number of occasions. Really cool, solid dude. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a few gems about just the business, about the photography business and everything. So definitely Christopher Parsons. And there was another one by the name of Marcus Hyde. I actually got a chance to go on a workshop with him maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Famous photographer. Like, I think the last person he was shooting might have been like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. And he held a workshop together, and it was like photographers from everywhere. People actually flew out to Cali just to attend his workshop, like with him. So, I met a lot of other photographers. We went out in the field. He had published models accompany us and gave us tips and tricks, told us a little bit about the business, you know what I'm saying? Showed us how to get gigs and things like that. So definitely Marcus Hyde. And one last one, who's probably really my closest thing to a mentor. He go by the name of Kerry James. He's an older cat, been shooting for years. He's actually my go-to when I need to rent a studio or anything like that. And me and him kind of developed a friendship over the years from, always renting his studio out. Me and him kind of became friends. So definitely shout out to Kerry James Photography, those three for sure.
Okay. So as a creative, I know personally there are times where I feel like I have like a creative block. Do you get like that? And how do you deal with that?
Go relax. Go do some life experiences. You know what I'm saying? Try to get away from the pressure of it all and just go, let loose and relax. I think that's the best way to like deal with like when, you having like a creative block. I think you just like thinking too hard, or you putting too much pressure on yourself about something. So the best thing to do with that is just go do something fun. Go do something you enjoy doing and relax yourself from it all. And then, regroup and come back to it and give it another shot. I mean, that's what works for me, so I would say that.
What is your go-to relaxed day?
My go-to relaxed day. It'll probably just going. Maybe it can range from anything from chilling with the homies, going to the beach. I like the beach a lot. I don't know. Maybe just sitting back smoking. I don't know, just something that kind of like take my mind off of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a range of different things. I like to go out, like, and just be around people. So I could like go out and mingle or whatever. Like it could be anything like that. I just like to just go out and just be around people, talk to people. You know what I mean? So those things like aid me a lot when I'm like having them little blocks. But I know exactly what you're talking about because they definitely exist and I go through them. We all do. So yeah.
So with COVID last year and there were a lot of restrictions, how did that affect the photography and videography life for you?
Well, at first it definitely affected it because a lot of my things were getting canceled. I probably had like 3 weddings get canceled in 2020. But they just got rescheduled or whatever. A lot of my events, a lot of stuff was getting canceled initially. But like maybe like during the summer, like around like June or July or something like that, things kind of picked back up a little bit, by the grace of God. So during COVID, I kind of was still busy. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't traveling as much because right before COVID hit, I was traveling a lot. Like I was going out to Miami to film, to Philly. I was going to different places. So that kind of like shut a lot of that down. But it kind of like picked back up for me, like toward the summer and the end of summer. It kind of like picked back up, so it was cool.
I got you. So for your top 3 people, dead or alive, who would you shoot? I put you on the spot again, huh?
Nipsey Hussle.
You never shot anything with him?
I have shot Nipsey Hussle, but I never got like my own. Like I shot a concert with him, and that's different. I mean, I want an actual photo shoot. I would have loved to just shoot him one on one. So I would say Nip. I would say Nip. I'm gonna throw Pac in there just because he's so iconic. And last, I'm gonna go with who's somebody good. I don't know. I guess I don't want to leave nobody out.
He said, "I don't want to leave nobody out."
This is you put me on the spot, and I want to give good answers. Let's come back to that one.
We're gonna come back to that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you somebody.
All right, think about it real hard.
But Nip and Pac for sure.
For sure.
Nip and Pac for sure.
I forgot what I was about to say. Scratch, please.
No, you don't keep running.
Okay, keep rolling.
No. If you want to regroup for a second.
I got my question now. I'm good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, just keep it rolling, man.
So, what is your biggest accomplishment this far?
I would say, my biggest accomplishment. That could be relative. I'm gonna say this. I would say landing a contract with this company I'm currently employed with by the name of Plenty. They are an agricultural vertical farming company, and they're actually in the process of building a brand new indoor farm right in the city of Compton. And they hired me to document the process. It's about like a 2-year contract that, shout out to Mayor Asia Brown, plugged me with. They hit me up. They seen a lot of my work. And, by landing that, I was able to finally get my loft, my high rise downtown. I was able to take care of a lot of things financial wise. So I would say as of right now, that was a huge milestone for me. Was landing that retainer right there. So I'm gonna roll with plenty for that.
Planet Gap. So you mentioned the mayor Asia Brown. How did you get in contact with her?
I first met Mayor Asia Brown because she actually used to live where I used to live. Like, so I used to stay in Compton in this little gated community, and this is before she was the mayor and everything. Her and her husband used to live there. And then we first got really acquainted because my homeboy by the name of Eugene Dura, he had a movement maybe around 2011, 2012. It was called I Pledge Compton. And he actually put together a march, a huge march. Like, you know what I mean? It might have been like 300-400 people marching down Compton Boulevard, marching down Rosecrans, you know what I'm saying? Mayor Asia Brown was out there. She was marching for the city, you know what I'm saying? She's from the city and everything like that. So I was shooting at that march. I was doing my photography thing back then. I got a lot of shots of her. Like I said, this is before she was elected mayor. So that kind of like sparked the, you know what I'm saying? I guess the kind of like friendship. Aside from her being my neighbor, like, you know what I'm saying? So from then I kept at it, you know what I'm saying? She followed her path. She became the mayor. And I'm also, you know, I'm heavily tied within the city of Compton because I shoot for the Hub Radio. And, you know, I'm deeply rooted within that city. So quite obviously, we were running to each other a lot. You know what I'm saying? She would see my work. She was a huge fan of my work. And from then on, she would like just reach out to me, throw me different opportunities whenever she could. And it kind of formed that way.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've seen what you done, and I've seen how far you've come. Can we expect from you, like in the future?
Just elevation. That's my main goal, is to keep getting better, keep honing my skills, keep perfecting what I do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I still have a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? So just as far as what you can expect from me, you can expect from me to continue to put my best foot forward, continue to want to learn and grow within my craft. So, you know, I'm excited.
You excited?
I don't know
for
what
your
the future holds, but I'm ready for it all.
I got you. Is there a master class that you would teach in the future?
A master class?
About everything you probably learned, how to shoot certain things, editing skills?
I may host some workshops sometime in the near future. Kind of like the one I told you about, what I was a part of, because those can be really educational. You can learn a lot, and I mean, you can learn the important stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I may host some. I actually talked about doing it with my mentor friend Carrie. We actually talked about hosting some workshops, so you definitely could look out for that coming soon.
I think it would be really dope to do it for kids in Compton.
Yeah, that would be dope actually. I like that idea.
We don't have to follow up on
Make
that.
that happen. Then. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So go ahead, tell the people how to get in contact with you.
I could be reached on Instagram. My Instagram handle is 100kday. That's 100kdai. I also have a website. You guys can reach me at 100caratphotography.com. I'm always accessible. I'm easy to find, so holla at me.